Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, I'm back here today. We have the LG Wing. So I picked up this phone on eBay for about $370. This is originally priced around $1,000 when it was released back in October of 2020. It's only a couple months old, so let's go over this and let me tell you what's good and bad about it. And first point is, I gotta say, the design is out of this world. I mean, they really did an incredible job of making something so unique in the smartphone world. You know, from LG's Explorer program, it's amazing that, I guess you want to say, the last phone that they built for the market is probably going to be one of their most remembered phones. The design, the way it opens up, it's such a smooth transition. You have two screens. You have a 3.9-inch lower screen and a 6.8-inch upper screen. I mean, really, guys, it's amazing what this little phone is. What you want to say? I want to say first generation out of the box, that they really accomplished something so unique. So unique. So let's talk about what's inside first. So the processor is a 765G Qualcomm. Now this processor is the mid-tier processor, but it is also used in the Pixel 5. So that gives you an idea that it is a good processor, because the Pixel 5 is an excellent phone, and LG figured it is enough power to run this, but it's also good on power management, because you're going to need a phone to have a processor that has good power management, because you have these two screens going. Uh-oh, I got a visitor as usual. Whitetail, come here, Whitetail. Come here. Come up. Come on up, buddy. Where are you? Come on. There you go. Come on up. This is Whitetail. He's a big boy. He's a lab cat, more or less. He's a wonderful cat. I've had him for many years, but he's fun. Okay, I'll let you sit there. You want to sit there? Watch. Look over here. Over here, buddy. Over here, buddy. There you go. Look over there. Cats they don't really take direction really well, but that's okay. This is for fun. This video is for fun. So hello, Whitetail. Anyway, guys, let's get back to the phone. So this, we were talking about the battery. The actual processor is a 765G, and that processor is good on battery consumption. And with this phone, with the two screens, you definitely need a processor that is in the, we want to sip energy, because you're going to use this a lot. It is a lot of fun to flip the screen open, to watch YouTube on top, to scroll, whether it's Twitter or your Instagram or Chrome. You're doing something else on the bottom while the video is up on top. It's pretty cool. And then sometimes you just want to control the video with the bottom screen, so you can do that as well through YouTube. It's integrated. It's just so nice to use. So you will use it a lot, and you will drain it. A 4,000 milliamp battery is not going to go all day. It's just not based on heavy use. So you can expect 7 p.m. you're running on fumes if you decide to use it heavily. But it does make it through the day if you don't use it heavily. So it's not a problem. Let me open the screen back up. There you go. Unlock it. The camera's in the phone. Now, with this, we're going to say this T-shape, the camera that allows you to really do a lot of fun stuff is the gimbal mode. This gimbal mode is so unique, and there's no other phone that can really mimic it because of the second screen. If you do a lot of video and you want something that's extremely smooth and you don't want to carry your DSLR or carry your gimbal around, then this would be a phone I could recommend to you, because it does give you that gimbal mode, and it is really sweet. It is definitely, I would say, the second highest feature of this phone. The first, of course, being horizontal screen that flips open, and the second is the camera gimbal mode. This allows you to really have such smooth transitions and movements in the footage of any videos that you take. The downside to the gimbal mode is that you can't do 4K. I wish LG had given you the ability to do 4K in gimbal, because then it truly is, it's a phone that I would say definitely buy and keep, because nothing else can really compete with it in video taking. But since it's only 1080p, that's going to be up to you to decide, is 1080p good enough? I've gone over to 4K now, and I really enjoy the quality you get out of 4K. So to each his own on that avenue. The other two cameras that are on here are a 64 megapixel and another ultra wide 13 megapixel. The 64 megapixel is the same one that's in the LG V60. Now this is a flagship 64 megapixel camera, and it does a fantastic job. It's equal to the LG V60. The ultra wide is a standard ultra wide at 13 megapixels. It's okay, it's fine, but it's not the high density 64. The third thing, or the third funnest thing on this phone, is the selfie camera. You see, the screen has no cutout, so there is no camera on the screen, which gives you the full real estate of this screen. So to get the selfie camera, it pops out right at the top. It makes the nicest sound. And there it is. This little pop-up selfie camera is a 32 megapixel camera. It has really great pictures. I'm surprised because they didn't put this on the V60. Now I understand why, because this selfie camera is kind of thick. So I think that's the reason why they didn't put it on the V60, because the mechanisms, the V60 is much thinner and you need a little more space for that. Speaking of space, one of the problems with this phone is the thickness. It's a thick phone. It's not something that you're going to put in your pocket and not notice. It's definitely there. That's not good or bad. It's just up to you. Excuse me. So depending on your whether or not you want to carry something that's thick and heavy, and also top heavy, because the two screens are up on top. Well, not two screens, but the one screen here is then centered more on the top, so it does make it heavy, top heavy that is. So depending on your own, whether or not you want to carry something this heavy, that's up to you. I don't mind it. It's okay, but I also have the V60, so I'll go back and forth between the two. I don't have to always keep this phone. This phone to me also feels like a designer type phone, where you are keeping something and you're going to bring it out on special times, whether you're going to go to dinner, whether you're going to go hang out with some buddies and you want to show something off. This is the phone right here. It's so unique to use. On a daily basis, the weight may bother you, and the battery shortness might bother you as well. I use my phone heavily, so battery is a problem for me. And because I would also use it constantly because it's just so fun to open up and close. It's 77 degrees here. It's going to be a little warm today, July 4th. So either way, it is a beautiful screen. This is a 6.8 POLED, so the screen is gorgeous. The weight of it, you're going to have to decide whether or not you want to keep something this heavy or not. Things I don't like. One of the problems with doing something so unique and so different than everything else is going to be support for third-party apps. Even the app of YouTube that they support, which comes, which is a native type product in the phone, it still has quirks. the quirks that the control on the lower half doesn't always, and once you go fast forward, it goes away. You have to bring it back. It's these little things. If you decide to open up Messenger, and the keyboard won't pop up until you decide to put a message, but you actually want it to do these things automatically. So it feels as if there's a lot of things that are, you wish you could say, okay, if I open up Chrome, I want a keyboard at the bottom. It doesn't give you that. It gives you want another app. So I can open up Chrome and another app, but I don't want another app. I just want a keyboard there present at all times. In a strange way, that's what it feels like. I wish I could have this like the old BlackBerry, where you had the keyboard, you just slide the phone up and the keyboard was there. So I want a keyboard here at pretty much all times because I'm going to input something. The reason why I flipped it to the bigger screen is whether I'm in Chrome or YouTube or Messenger or Instagram or Twitter, I want to write something. So that is more likely something that could have been worked out if LG had decided to stay in the mobile market, but they didn't. Will there be support for that? I don't know if it'll ever come about. I do know they did release an update in Korea for the keypad, but so far Verizon doesn't have it. There's no update. I'm still on Gen 1 on the keypad. Gen 2 keypad or Gen 2 mousepad allows you to scroll without using two fingers, because the two fingers just didn't always work. So they give you a little scrolling thing on the side and the bottom. That's another problem with this phone, whereas you don't have the idea, is this going to be supported anymore? Am I going to get updates? Am I going to get patches? Is there even any support for third parties? There's no interest in it because it is the only unique form factor. So I would chalk this up as something that you would purchase because you like the uniqueness of it, but you're going to get things that are just going to bother you. Oh, I'm almost out of battery on this. That's okay. The battery, it's been sitting a while for a while. I didn't charge it last night, so it's fine. But the support is where I think the problem is with this, going to be with this phone. I still recommend it, considering you can buy this phone now for about $350 to $400 on eBay. So even, let's say I keep it for a little while, I could probably resell it for around the same because it's going to hold its value in that area because it is a $1,000 phone and it is an extremely unique phone that people will desire. It's just part of it. People are going to want to have something like this in their collection or want to use it for a little while and then resell it just because they wanted to try it out. It really is fun. I mean, anything negative I say about the phone, yes, there is some negatives, but the positives outweigh the negatives by a long ways. With the screen, with the gimbal, with the selfie camera, I mean, it is a lot of fun to have. It's a lot of fun to own. It's a lot of fun to show off to other people, to show them what LG can do. Like, well, that's an LG? I didn't even know they made phones like that. It's really, really fun. So that's pretty much it. If you want a fun phone with some problems, this is a fun phone and it's something so unique. I would recommend it to try it out, to have fun with it. And yeah, that would be pretty much it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming by. I definitely appreciate it. It's the first time here. Hey, thank you. I'm Carlos, by the way. Second, third time here. Of course, you know me already from my videos and my kitty cats that show up from time to time. I just do this for fun. It's just a good time. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. It's 4th of July, so happy 4th of July to anyone out there. I hope you're having a good evening and afternoon, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.